Hello and welcome to UKGN Network's latest look back at the games we were playing 10 years ago. November 2008 was a big month for Sony, with not only the release of a new Bond film in cinemas, but also 3 blockbuster exclusives for the PS3. However, Little Big Planet hasn't aged particularly well, and the sequels to Motorstorm and Resistance were both the games that their predecessors should have been, which is why you won't find either of them in our top 5. Other new games included a couple of failed experiments from Ubisoft, a bland entry in the Need for Speed series, and the last game to star Spyro the Dragon before he moved on to Skylanders. Coming up is our top 5, all of which are games that we'd happily sit and play today. Let's see if you agree with our choices. Putting Rare's third Banjo-Kazooie game in our top 5 might be considered a controversial choice, but one that we wholeheartedly stand by. While the first 2 offerings had been fondly remembered 3D platformers, Nuts and Bolts changed things to include the focus on vehicle customization and an open world approach to mission selection. The main town square that serves as the game's hub has plenty of areas to explore and secrets to discover, relying on your old school platforming prowess to reach some of the trickier sections. Once you get used to this new structure, you'll find a game that's a pure joy to play, with presentation displaying that customary Rare sheen. I think it's a game that's more highly thought of today than it was a decade ago when it was released, and it's a shame that we never got another entry in the series.
Round 1, fight!
Mortal Kombat vs DC Universe managed to do 2 things at once. Its release led to the revitalisation of the ailing Mortal Kombat franchise, eventually leading to the fantastic Mortal Kombat 10, as well as launching the excellent Injustice series by showing just how well the DC roster of superheroes fit into a fighting game. What's most surprising about it is just how well the 2 worlds work in unison. Seeing Scorpion or Sub-Zero fighting against the likes of Batman and Superman is something that never gets old, although the signature fatalities are a lot less bloody due to the comic book tie-in. If you were an achievement or trophy hunter, it's also one of the most challenging games that we've come across, requiring you to learn and pull off some truly epic combos in order to get 100% completion. With its striking visual style and unique gameplay, DICE's Mirror's Edge disproved the common myth that platform games don't work in a first-person perspective. As long as you have well thought out controls and tight level design, it can in fact work very well indeed. When this game flows, there's simply nothing else like it, and replaying the levels in time trial mode never gets boring. Some criticise the weak combat, but I think that this was a conscious design choice, which is perfectly in keeping with the game's central character, who is very much a runner and not a fighter. This is not a game for vertigo sufferers, as when Faith misses a jump and plummets to the ground below, you'll wince every single time. We wish EA would let their developers take more risks if the results were games as good as this one. Gears of War 2 was a landmark moment for Epic's action series. This was the point at which its cast of characters took that step forward from being generic Space Marines to something more rounded, more human even. The story arc followed by Dom in particular is heartbreaking, and only helps player immersion in the story and gives your shooting from cover and chainsawing enemies in half some much needed purpose. It gets the best out of the Unreal Engine too, probably due to the fact that it's developed by Epic Games themselves, and it remains one of the best looking games ever released on the Xbox 360. We've never been a massive fan of the competitive multiplayer, but this was a game that introduced Horde mode, which is simply the best way to play the series online.
I sure as hell wouldn't mind flying out of here. Let's head to the airport.
It's worth a try.
There are many accolades I could throw at you that apply to Left 4 Dead. Best zombie game ever, best online and local co-op game, best game of 2008. But they would only tell you half the story of how special this game is. There's simply no way that this wasn't going to be our #1 game this month. This was the first game to really show what was possible with environmental storytelling. You're never explicitly told anything, but through the graffiti scrawled on the walls of safe rooms, you learn everything that you need to know about the world in chaos. It's also a game without any waypoints whatsoever, yet you still instinctively know where you have to go thanks to impeccable level design and the use of lighting. What makes it truly special, however, is the much-hyped AI, which randomly alters the game each time you play, making it one of the most replayable games ever made. If you've never played it before, then we suggest you make doing so a priority. Grab some friends, argue over who gets to be built, and get shooting those zombies. So those were our favourite games released during November 2008. Tell us what you think in the comments below. Our next retro roundup won't be until the new year, when we'll be taking a look at the games released over December and January. Next month we'll be turning our attention to the games of 2018, and there's much to discuss. If you like this video, why not subscribe to UKGN for more just like it. Until next time, thanks for watching.